from the Grand Casino Arena in downtown St. Paul. This is the 2026 Girls State High School Hockey Tournament coming your way here on QCTV. Joe Rulin joined along with the Blake Sorum for tonight's matchup of the Andover Huskies taking on the Holy Family Fire. And Blake, we've certainly got some fire ready to take place here tonight.
Yeah, an offensive juggernaut and Holy Family, and then obviously experienced Andover squad, 9 straight appearances here in the state championship or in the state tournament. And we'll see what's going to give tonight, that experience or the firepower.
Well, I got to tell you, I like your vision when you said in the state championship and then went back to the state tournament. But it is, hey, you've got this squad coming in with a lot of juice. This Holy Family squad, they come in with a mark of 24-3. They have scored 126 goals and surrendered just 40. Meanwhile, for Andover, they come in a mark of 17-10-1 and come in off of a winning goal by Schreifels. And you were on that call to take a 1-0 win past Grand Rapids Greenway and advance here to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, really good, aggressive game by Andover. Did a great job that night. Really structured hockey. Really compressed the Grand Rapids team. Weren't able to put pucks in the net, but we're pressuring them all night. And finally, with 24 seconds left, you're right, Taylor Schreifels down in the slot. Fired one past that Grand Rapids goalie and kind of ruined their night, obviously, but Andover the victors and made it back here again.
They're going to do some quick team introductions, but we are having some audio issues to bring you the PA. So we'll bring you the starting lineups and what we project here. You're going to look at Holy Family, a team that comes in as the number 3 seed. And just last year was their first trip to the state tournament. They finally got by Minnetonka in overtime last year, and they took overtime again this year, a 5-4 win for Holy Family.
Yeah, Minnetonka, the Edinas, all those towns down there in that southwest part of town, it's hard to get to this building. And sometimes those section championship games are as big of a game as you'll see all season long. And again, 2 years in a row, Holy Family able to get by the Skippers.
Well, as you mentioned, it's a 9th straight trip to the state tournament, 9th straight Section 7 AA win for Andover. And a lot of that has come not necessarily through scoring, but they've had to think of some creative approaches, and one of those is between the pipes.
Yeah, Claire Hills has been outstanding for them, 9-0 in section games, a career record of 50-24-4, 22 shutouts and 3 straight shutouts coming into this game, as Andover's been perfect defensively so far in these last 3 games they've played on their road to the state tournament.
Well, the Hills will have to be alive tonight, and that's Claire Hills, the goalie. This season, 13-10-1, goals against of 1.93 and 4 shutouts. Even more important, she is perfect again this season. She has not lost a section game as a goalie for the Huskies in her career, which speaks volume.
Yeah, and they do a really good job structure-wise defensively in their D-zone. They're super responsible. And you know what? One of the best ways to protect your goalies is to have a good, strong forecheck, and they definitely did that the other night against Grand Rapids Greenway, where they had 29 shots on goal and really rotated that. The defensemen jump up into the play really well. And when you have that third high forward and the forecheck is disciplined, your defensemen can be threats offensively down in the offensive zone. They did a good job of that. They weren't able to put many pucks in the net, but they sure got a lot of pressure on Grand Rapids Greenway. They're going to need that tonight.
And the head coach for the Andover Huskies, of course, Melissa Volk. And Melissa Volk comes in with, in the 13th season, 269 wins on the season and 98 losses and 11 ties and 2 state titles. Meanwhile, to get a look at Holy Family as they're being introduced, they are led by a head coach in Randy Keppel. And Keppel is now in his 9th season with the Fire, and they come in with a mark of his record overall, meanwhile, as a coach, is 170, 50 losses and 9 ties. That's not too bad.
No, 2 coaches that have been super successful here in the AA girls hockey here in Minnesota, which is just growing. I mean, the level of play that I've seen and the increase of it in the last 10 to 15 years has been incredible.
Well, you're saying they're going to see this Holy Family squad, and I'll tell you, they've got some juice. They got some players who can score those first two lines. But meanwhile, that first line led by Maddie Kimbrough, and she's been outstanding. 4 goals in section play, and leads the team with 7 power play goals. But scoring up and down that first line has been impressive.
Right, and she's a Miss Hockey candidate. They've got 8 girls that are going to go on to play at the next level, committed to play at the next level. Scoring up and down the lineup, scoring from defensemen, talent all over the place. It's going to be a lot for Andover to handle. Obviously, this isn't one of Andover's juggernaut teams as they've had over the years, but definitely one of the more well-coached teams in Minnesota. I would say that they're going to be prepared tonight. It's whether or not they can get some secondary scoring, and that second and third line can keep up with Holy Family's, second and third line that can put the puck in the net.
Yep, one of the big corrections that they've made, or not a correction, but adjustments for the Huskies, have been moving Piper Andrews up from the blue line to a forward, at which she played earlier in her career, and that seems to have sparked that first line. And see if they can get it going. That first line for the Fire, they have combined for 64 goals this season. The second line at 27 goals for the season, so they pack some power along the line. Introductions have been made and the teams are ready to go. You got to watch out for this first period because it will be explosive. Holy Family, as I mentioned already, they have scored an immense amount of goals this season, and then coming into it, in fact, we had said that they had 126 goals scored. It's the first period, Blake.
Yeah.
What do they do in that first period to get them so creative?
Well, every coach wants to get pucks in deep. I mean, that is the place where the game starts to tilt. As you and I were watching the game before, you
Yes.
want to get that ice. Coach Motzko down at the University of Minnesota calls his forecheck, his ground game, like a running game in football. That's how you wear a team down. Puck possession down low. You work that puck back out to the point. You get shots on net, people in front of the net. You get one of those early goals can really be big momentum for the team. If I'm Andover, I'm going to want to make sure that we're not sitting back on our heels in our D zone. We're doing a good job of getting out in front of Clare Hills and making sure we're blocking shots. Kind of probably take on this early pressure. Holy Family's going to come out flying. If you can sustain that in the early moments and kind of settle into the game, that's going to be big for Andover.
Holy Family has dominated the first period like no other team in the state of Minnesota. They have outscored their opponents 44-8 in the first period, Blake, and meanwhile Andover has outscored their opponents 17-7 in that first period. Andover 84 goals as a team. Off the face-off right away, the Fire right at it. First shot is blocked up front. They need a lot of that. Second shot, follow up through the crease to the far corner. And again, quickly out to center ice. Andover need to get some possessions and not settle for anything just out to the center ice piece. Andrews has it here, sends it to the far corner, gets a nice friendly bounce near out in front, circling back. Andover again. Works in here. Shot save is made. First one of the game. And a nice save, kick to the side. Good defensive play. You saw that shot by Dorstedt. Dorstedt sends it back to the corner again. And Andover kind of getting into that cycling mode to try to hold possession from behind. There's Gertis with the check and to the corner. Second line is in. And you get a look there at Peyton Haley. Haley has a roll off a first. Good keep that time for Andover, but they keep it and deposit it into the bench for Holy Mary. We're underway.
And Julia Gertis is another one of those players for Andover, key player. She's going to play a ton of minutes tonight. Great speed, really great hockey instincts, good on the forecheck, and she's going to be really important to what they do tonight.
And these face-offs, another key component here for both squads tonight. Wagner on the face-off for Andover. Reacquaints with the puck, now sends it to the top of the crease. No one there for Andover, but they pinch in on the near side. That was Fensky sending it back to the corner. Again, the chance now to skate out. A defensive play there, picks it up. That's Clough. Clough, the sophomore, brings it along the board. Pinching in, far side. There's Olsen. Tegan Olsen. Last year played with Centennial. Now here with the Huskies and on their second line. Looking below, a little change in transition here. Finally back in. Quick shot that does not make it to Hills. It's redirected back out by Clough. Clough now will bring it up along the near board, sending it the length of the ice. They'll call icing here as the faceoff now comes in the Holy Family offensive end.
Pretty good there with Andover. I really like the way that they forecheck. It's so disciplined. That third forward's always high, allows the defenseman to comfortably come down the boards and keep pucks down low, because that is going to be a big key for Andover tonight. Keep pucks down in Holy Family zone.
Face-off long shot right there to the midsection, and Hills makes the save.
Really hard to score from below your goal line.
That is true. Good point. That's an epiphany. No, no, it's true on that. They need to do that forechecking and get that connected. We'll see strategies on trying to break out here for Holy Family. They win. Shot from the dot. Stick save. High in the air. Through the blue is the puck. Now control. Thanks for joining us on audio only. We'll be joining you with the picture and the video of this sports presentation and the quarterfinals of the girls 2026 matchup for Andover. That'll come shortly after the completion of this live broadcast. For now, you've got us on audio, and off the face-off, good pick there on the replay. They center it out in front, getting a stick, sending it back was Lenk, and Lenk could not get it by. Centering in front, back in to help out that time was Gertis. Gertis and the team also some great back checking for the Huskies. They will need it tonight, and another icing that time. Not sure they needed to send that in from behind center ice, but they did.
I tell you, that play before, I was going to comment that Coach Volk had seen enough of her third line on a D-zone face-off, and right away, that was a short shift for that third line. Got the first line back out there. Feeling a little more comfortable about that.
Great observation. Into the corner, Schweifels. Schweifels just a junior, and Gertis over in the corner. She's getting pinned up against the glass there by Kimbrough. Holy Family, a team that likes to get down to business in a hurry and start to execute and produce goals in this first period. Andover has been putting some bodies on each one of the players here, not allowing them a lot of freedom. Pimping it out, cross, now through the neutral zone, taking this deep is Dorstead defensively. They'll bring it here to the near side. No one to hold the zone. Send it across. Time Tegan Olsen. Send it across ice. Back out and trying to dig something out here. The Huskies, they go over the top of the logo. Haley had it momentarily and stripped off of her stick. Back to center ice. Pass just a bit behind. Fensky has it. He fires it to the far corner. Digging it in. Peyton again. Peyton Haley continuing to do some work to the corner. Trying to center. Huskies back out. It's disrupted and sent back onto the stick. And in comes a 2-on-1 situation emerged. A shot to the save initially, then a pass down low to a winger trailing. Unable to convert that time. Holy Family, and there's a shot off the field. They called the goal. It is. It's deflected. Hurt it off the post. And then a follow-up to the goal, and up 1-0 here with 13:12 to go in the first period. And the Fire connect on the goal. Looks like it's Allie DeFoul.
Yeah, pucks to the net, got flipped up in the air, took a weird bounce off the pipe. I don't think Peyton Hillis, that might get looked at for a high stick. I gotta wonder.
Oh, yes. They gotta take a look at this one. You're right.
I would say somebody's
flying
gonna check
through,
that.
and they will have to. And they are getting that a challenge. And to get another look there, and for those of you at home hearing it on audio only, it was DeFoul who was going towards the puck, knocked it down. Her hands were certainly above or at shoulder level.
Yeah.
The initial save there by Hills. It flops up and flutters in front. Boy, that is
either that
tough.
or off her hand.
Yes.
It's either or. I don't think that's a goal. I think that's going to be disallowed.
I think you're right, Blake. I think that's the case. And good call, good pickup there. And it's just probably a matter of minutes. But I think they'll be wiping that goal off. Good pressure. again, you saw the fire starting to get buzzed.
Yeah, that's going to be tough because obviously Melissa Volk's going to want to get the Gertis line out there. They're going to be doing so much work defensively tonight. Are they going to have the energy or the ability to generate offense working so hard defensively against Holy Family's top line? They're going to really need some support out of the second and third lines. And you just don't want to constantly be out there. Holy Family gets the last change. They're going to be able to pair lines. This is a tough matchup for Andover, and you can see Holy Family's got a lot of ability.
No goal. No goal. That is wiped. So they'll drop the puck at center ice, and we'll restart this at 0-0. Shots on goal in this first period, 4-1. Favor of Holy Family, but 13-12. They reset this goal. Don't we wish we could do that in life? Just kind of reset. And now they'll do it here on the biggest venue. See if they're going to move the face-off.
I don't think Coach Keppel was a big fan of that decision. I don't know how. If he could see it from there, he was pretty frustrated with the referees there. But I thought that was pretty clear that that was either a glove or a high stick.
Looks good. The bottom line, get it right, especially in this large venue. Behind the net, trying to sneak it through between the post and the pad. That's denied. Whistling it off, trying to clear the zone, unable to do so. Good hold at the near point there by Fire. And sent back out front to the slot, getting there first. It is the Huskies. Moving it through, trying to disrupt. That's Piper Andrews. Piper Andrews wristed along. Cross ice, off the board. Now here's a carry in once again for DeFoul. They'll just send it on goal. Good opportunity. Now it's cleared back out just beyond the blue line by Andover. Fanning on the pass down deep. Iceland Larson had it for a moment for Andover, and she regains possession here of the puck and takes it in at the half wall. Into the corner, redirect back out. Iceland Larson gets there, fires it, and she fires it right into the teammate, Gertis. As Gertis was looking to come to the bench to make a line change. Nonetheless, they get it back behind the net thanks to Clough, Molly Clough. And then breakout just the other way. Some skate here coming in, trying to move around the defense. Oh, a penalty is going to be whistled here on the Huskies, and that's going to go on number 17, Audrey Lind.
So Andover's looking a little panicky right now, Joe. Just kind of throwing pucks. They're getting to them. They're not shoulder checking and arriving. And then you can see here they haul down. Was that
Ella Sharkey?
Yeah, Ella Sharkey. Now, Andover's got the best penalty kill in Minnesota, 90% on the penalty kill. One of the things we talked about last week, Jim and I, on the call, was how well they kill these penalties. So we'll see.
And meanwhile, on the power play, 32% proficiency for the Fire. Power play, they are 26 of 80 on the season. Working it in now, looking inside from behind the net, surveying out front near the dot now, sends it to the far point. Controlling there, that time it's Sanders. Sanders, and the shot here, side. Good glove and a little windmill save with the glove at the end to add a little gusto to that save.
Felt like she needed that too.
Yes.
There's been she had tried to cover moments ago, a couple plays ago, a couple shifts ago. She had tried to cover a puck and it had slid through. She was just, I think that initial goal that was disallowed kind of shook her up a little bit. Needs to get comfortable again.
Get back into that zone that has been so successful throughout her career. Still trying to set up that power play, but the Huskies doing a great job of pestering and push them out. Now moving in, shot hits the post on a wrister by Kimbrell. I mentioned Kimbrell leads the team with 7 power play goals. She rang the bell, the puck went back out, and now the Fire sets up the power play one more time at that point. Almost taken away there by Gertis, but now leaves an opening. Dropping it back. Sanders, the shot lifts over the top of the glove and the goal, and back behind. Still time left on the power play here, but sent back length of the ice. And the Huskies try to change out a portion of that PK unit. Working in, walking in. Sanders brings it along the board. Sanders comes in with 45 goals and 45 assists in her career. get into that puck first, easily dispensing that behind the Fire goal. We cannot forget, because we haven't mentioned just yet, Kayla Swartout at the next stoppage. Let's talk a little bit about her goaltending skills, as she'll be going to Wisconsin next season. Working behind, still setting it up. The player advantage, good scoop, good save, and secured there by, again, Hills. And you get a look at Hills there. Meanwhile, we said we talk about Kayla Swartout, and she's a senior, 22-3 and 5 shutouts this season alone.
You just look at our line chart and you're like, how does this team lose any games? I mean, the scoring, the commitments to colleges throughout the D-Corps, and then you have one of your captains as your goalie who's going to Wisconsin. I mean, this team is a complete team up and down the lineup.
One word: stacked.
Stacked.
And set. Here we go. Huskies still trying to work it through the neutral zone, and now back at full strength. Good PK again, as you mentioned, one of the best in the state. Rolls off the stick there of the Huskies, couldn't quite move it up ice. Pinned against the glass, running in, now trying to disrupt the Huskies. Move it up ice and out, but cannot get that next pass completed. Now buzzing. Bensky has it. Bensky moves in, looks behind, swipes it out in front, no one home, but putting it right back on goal, trying to engineer traffic while she was taking that shot. Good play there by Tegan Olsen, holding the zone. Clough at that far point, rims it behind the board. Give and go, rolled off the stick. Tegan Olsen gets it. She has it backhand now to the near point. Schreifels there momentarily, lines this one up, a shot by Iceland Larson, hits traffic. Back behind the net, buzzing, and now you're seeing the Huskies reciprocate that pressure.
Yeah, and they needed that. They needed some zone time. They were kind of becoming the one and done. Flip it into the zone, Holy Family right back out, going the other way. You've got to sustain some zone time, take some pressure off your defense. As we saw, they got it up to the point, across, got a shot on goal there.
Faceoff comes just to the left of Swartout. In goal for the Fire. Breakaway here, numbers, 2-on-1 opportunity, quickly emerges now for Holy Family. Nice job of disrupting that pass by Schreifels. Not only can she score, she has some great defensive skills away, and a timely breakup that time.
How many minutes can she play, though?
That's the key, right?
Right.
She pinches in here way down low, fanned on a shot to get it back to the goal, unable to hold the zone. Tegan Olsen is there, but she didn't see the Fire player coming behind her. Lost it on the possession there. Now over the logo. Carrying it in is Kimbrough. Kimbrough chases it to the corner. Behind the play. Now near the point. Skating in, trying to unleash a shot. Now she'll dump it to the corner. That is the Fire. Defensively, that's DeFall. There's two of them. Lily on defense 11 and number 19, who had the goal called back, or reversed rather, on the goal by Allie DeFall. Both of them extremely productive. Allie, a sophomore, and meanwhile, Lily comes in as that senior. Moving in quick here. Look, in and out. Opportunity. Soward back in. That's Non-Weiler. Non-Weiler has had a very, very high scoring section play this season. We'll get you updated on that as well. Dumps to the far corner. The Huskies trying to get some forechecking in play, but they're going to be able to get it and clear. No, it's picked up. Still holding. Now perched back out to center ice. A carrying in front. Just missing on a connection. As a cutter coming down the seam that time for Holy Family. Working it from the corner, now sending it back behind the net. South of 7 minutes to play in this opening period, no score. The Huskies and the Fire, keep in mind the Fire this season have outscored their opponents 44-8 in that first period, over skating the puck. With the Fire, Gertis was trying to pick it up and move it up. Back on the stick of Fire. They break in here. A backhander. Save made. Follow shot. Could not do it. Tied up. Good job of getting back on that back check to disrupt what would have been a great scoring opportunity for Fire. Andrews sends it deep, trying to hold, could not. That time the Huskies at center ice. You can tell they're having to feel like they got to speed things up a little bit, Blake.
Yes.
And then you're seeing some
caught.
missed opportunities. Here's another 2-on-1 skating in. Backhander
Oh,
save again for Hills. Hills is alive, I'm telling you. It's not just a song. It's actually something that is happening here tonight at the Grand Casino Arena. And we get a stoppage of play with 5:54 to go. Shots on goal. It seems more than this, but 10-1 in favor of Fire. And they
little lapse here. You can see on the replay, Andover loses Maddie Kimbrell on the ice. You can never lose her, especially. Both defensemen caught over on the right boards. It was a pretty simple throw that puck across ice, and Maddie Kimbrell breaks in. Claire Hill saves the day like she does so many times for Andover.
Maddie Kimbrell, in her career, 112 goals and 88 assists, 200 points total. That's adequate. Circling Fire defensively, getting around, trying to whack it back in, coming into the slot to get a shot. There was Andover, but circling back again, sticking with it. There was Lexi Wagner, unable to sustain a possession here. Penske comes over to disrupt the play, but still back on it. Shot and a score. They get it from off of the wall. I'm not sure she had that been somehow had that shot that was screened, but it came right off of the half wall. And the score goes to number 39, Lillian DeFaul.
So off the wall here, Garrity does a good job of getting a puck out to the middle, and Lillian DeFaul's in the right spot and able to chip it in the net. Wow, what a play. Grace Garrity is a freshman for the Holy Family team that will see some minutes on those top lines once in a while in spot duty, and right away she makes a difference. Gets out in the ice and makes a play that creates a goal for Holy Family, and they take that early lead.
Yeah, of all the scorers they have on the team, no disrespect to Lillian, as a senior, she has 1 goal this season. She's just got her 2nd this year on that shot that came all the way from off of the wall. And I didn't see a tip. Did you see it on Blake?
Garrity threw the puck to the net, and I think she just got a piece of it coming in.
That would be Lily's 16th career goal. She'll be heading to Wisconsin, Stephen Point next season. They'll reset here. Face off. 5:14 to go in this first period.
Shots on goal, 12-1, Holy Family, yeah. Joe. And I mean, that is not. I mean, Andover knew they were going to be dealing with this onslaught of offensive talent. And they've got to try to find a way to get pucks deep.
I'll try to kind of cold the conversation to flurry of shots by the Fire. Yeah. And yeah, see if that works. Back into the corner. Gertis has it now. Over skates, fans, and now regroups. Trying to skate out and trying to get some momentum. She's holding on to that puck all by herself. Loses control as she crosses the offensive zone. I think they whistled for the offside, was it not?
They're going to call a trip here. Calling a trip on Grace Timmers. I think when Gertie's was trying to cross that blue line, they're going to say she got the stick out there.
Yep, certainly looks the case on the replay. So now the Huskies get their first opportunity with the skater advantage.
Hasn't been a great power play for Andover this year.
I noticed your lack of juice on that number. Yes, they've been trying to get it back and get some swag going with that as well on the season. Huskies here. Bringing up down low. There's a chance through the slot there. And had a good look. Piper Andrews holds the zone but just dumps. And then that allows Fire to really kind of exhale, get the puck back on their stick, and fire the length of the ice. Piper Andrews had an opportunity there to kind of hold that puck a little longer before she quickly dumped it right back.
Just couldn't locate in time, Joe. That was all that was. But that's a goal, I think, if she gets good stick on that.
Schreif was a good shot, just seen all the way. And I'll tell you, there's There's one word that probably describes her slap shot, and that's nasty. One word, 2 syllables. Nasty from Schreifels.
Complete player. She can do it all.
16 goals. 14 goals on the season.
She's going to be playing Quinn Hughes type minutes.
Good comparison. Good draw, absolutely. Hey, and congratulations to the Team USA women and winning that gold medal today in overtime. Not to mention the men's USA team, and of course Quinn Hughes with the game winner in overtime to advance. Curtis trying to catch from behind. Peyton Haley was there for the faceoff. This puck moves all the way down, and Andrews can feel that pressure coming from Maddie Kimbrell.
Oh, so strong.
Oh, and she picks pocket and just gets possession and sends another one down. They are on the puck hunt all the time, constantly, this Fire squad. The Huskies not able to really get control of that puck, skate in, under control. A lot of stretch passes, which you don't like to see on the power play.
Yeah, you want to get that power play set up, get it down low, work it down low, then work it back out to the top. Get the defense into their little diamond or box, shape, so you can move it around out top and try to get them out of position, get a clear shot on goal with the opportunity for a rebound.
87% success rate on the PK for Fire. Andover off the faceoff. Tried to quickly shoot it between the post and the pad, but they get the puck back. Clough on a give and go back. Clough tries to find the puck again, settling it. Now poking at it, and now moves out beyond the blue line, and the Huskies will toss it to the open end of the ice just across. But leaving too much room here. Here comes Kimbrell. She's skating in. Scooting it by on that penalty kill, looking like she's on the power play. Just 15 seconds left on the skater advantage for Andover. And 2:50 left in period number 1, and a 1-0 lead by Fire. Circling back, cycling up in the slot. The shot is off the mark, coming way out, since Hills almost gets pulled way out. Back at full strength. Holy Family. They're knocked to the ice. Moving it up, close to out, but staying in. Good job to keep on the near side there by Fire. Clough, not enough juice off the board. Hold the zone, avoiding a little brush with contact there at the half wall. Kicking it back up now, up across. Outlet pass off the stick of Tegan Olsen, giving chase. Probably giving their chance to make a good line change. And going in, number 13 that time, Shelby Larson. Off to cut it, back in. Olivia Larson sends it back to the near side at the half board. Pinching it in, close but not out. Schreifels holds the zone. She'll try it again, but it skips by. Some juice coming here. It rolls off the stick. Again, trying to hit a pass, getting back to make that save and prevent that pass from completion to defense there for the Huskies. Shelby sends it in here. Gives chase. Off to the side again, avoiding a check. Kick back down low for the Huskies, and that's Olivia Larson. Working it near the blue line with 1:20 to go. In this first period, the Huskies miss on a pass to Gertis behind her. They give the puck back up at center ice. Well, you can't give that puck up at center ice when you have the speed of Fire looking to pick it up and take it the distance. Into the corner. Trying to dig it out here. Gertis starting center here. Sided away momentarily, but now it's lifted all the way back. Icing is waved. Penske back now. She's challenged at the boards. Gets by a couple of the Fire players and now follows up. And now lifted from behind off the stick of Andrews. Skating in, a backhand pass. There's settled. Good job. Good steal that time by Nonweiler. Nonweiler has had such a productive section play as well. Remind me to get you those numbers when we come back for the second period. 25 seconds left and threatening again. Fire. Brister save secured and nothing to be had with a rebound. Once again by Claire Hills.
Just a struggle right now for Andover keeping up with the speed of Holy Family. you know, they got a good shift. Andover did out of their third line with Aubrey Lynn, Larson, and Larson. They're going to need more of that. They got to spell that first and second line a little bit. Can't go in the negative.
Trying to pinch in the Fire defense. Huskies able to perch that puck through neutral ice. Try to give chase. Back behind Wagner. Trying to tie up there. Now quick shot save, glove and secured. No rebound to be had. That time by Swartout. Just 2 seconds left in this first period. Shots on goal 13-2, but I got to tell you, it seems like it's that's kind of an understatement. That looks like my accounting.
We'll try to get a quick shot off the draw here and then go in and draw something up here in between periods.
Face-off delayed. The shot top of the face-off circle. And we are at the end of a 1-0 lead for Holy Family Fire. And your thoughts on that first period, Blake?
Probably be happy to go in down just one. Honestly, Joe, that would be probably my theory on that. Clare Hills did a great job of settling in after that weird fluky non-goal, and you know, a 1-0 and chip chair chance, you're still in this thing.
Hey, well, a team that has outscored their opponents 44-8 with Fire in this first period throughout the season. The Huskies find themselves down 1-0, but that could, like you said, be considered kind of a victory here at this point. 1-0 after one complete here at the quarterfinals of the girls Class 2A. Quarterfinals high school state tournament from Grand Casino Arena on QCTV. Will return with the second period shortly. Joe Rulin along with Blake Sorum, and we're back for a second period of play, and the Huskies got to feel a little bit good about being down 1 goal. Everything was pretty even across the way, including faceoffs. Just a 10-9 advantage there for Fire, but it was just a lone goal that came off of the half board, tipped, and that goal was scored and credited to on that play.
Audrey Nichols.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Audrey Nichols. So,
yeah, I mean, escape would be a good word. Escape the first period. You know, lots of shots on goal. A big swing. Holy Family with 13. Andover only with 2. Holy Family just seemed to be the aggressor, and we'll see if Andover can get something going here and get pucks in deep and make Holy Family work a little harder in their own end.
That's it. And that's the whole piece. And like you said before, just trying to slow some things down. You saw them maybe rushing technique and an approach. Now Slot whistles this one over the top. That sounded like it hit me in the headset. That off the glass. That had some vicious velocity on that rising wrister. Back now to stop the puck and having a nice first period. Stopping both shots on goal was Kayla Startout. Startout again heading to Wisconsin next season. Chance there, diffused by the good defense there of Fire, and it was an aggressive, almost like check that occurred down below. Some frustration maybe setting in as Schreifels is back there, launches this off of the glass, deflects out to center ice. Piper Andrews is there, feeds Gertis, who skates in, but then she's separated from the puck. And
the back check by Maddie Kimbrell there.
Excellent job. They're everywhere. They play a full sheet of ice, this Fire squad, as does Andover. They just have some of that speed, and it's been a team that really came alive. We talked about before the game just a couple of years ago. Now skating in, a wrister, Hemp for this one. And a shot and a save that time, secured on the shot that time by Peyton Haley.
That was a decent odd man rush there. We hadn't seen a lot of that from Andover, and a loose puck up into the neutral zone and spread it out, get a shot on goal there. I'd like to see that shot a little lower and possibly create a rebound. Both players going to the net there, so a little bit of something from Peyton Haley there.
Face-off, controlled now, and potential numbers here filling in near side off the face-off for Family, skating across the seam. Wow, that pass, a short one that it was just beyond the reach of Nonweiler. Nonweiler with 6 goals in the postseason, and the glove save, and that was a nonchalant flash of the leather, hashtag FTL, that time by Hills.
She is so steady back there, and like you said, that earlier in the game, you felt like that disallowed goal shook her up a little bit, and then all of a sudden it was like focused right back in, and super strong back there right now. Picked that puck up. That could have been a goal for Holy Family.
She did so with a confident and a very nonchalant fashion. I mentioned she comes in undefeated in section play as a goalie for the Huskies in her career. This a senior year, undecided about where she's going. There's a shot, nice pad save, gets it quickly back again. So quick and some good balance moving across one side to the other with the crease. Getting inside, and the Huskies just really, they're not getting to first puck as well. Break in, here's the chance. Shot from the face-off circle, another glove save made, oh my. Skating in, Fire, snap off a wrister here, and makes that clean save is Hills.
It's a great feeling when you're Andover and your defenseman and the whole defensive unit, knowing you have such a strong goaltender back there, confident goaltender. You're going to have to get a little closer there if you're Allie Defoe. If you think you're going to beat Claire Hills from the top of the circles, I don't think so.
Defoe, 14 goals this season, 30 for her season, as a career rather. Trying to move in again. Good pass just inside the blue line. Drops it there to the slot. Now a backhander from the slot hits traffic. Getting it back close by again. The Huskies try to move it out. And finally kick it out through neutral ice. But right back there to send it right back in on the lead. Fire reaching for that stick. Getting it and holding it and ringing it along the board is Dorstedt. They'll ring it along and allow the Huskies to try to make some changes on the fly. Holding the zone, kicking it to the far point. That was Clough, but now she has it back on her stick and crosses the logo. The logo here at Grand Casino Arena. Thank you for joining us for this version right now of audio only. Joe and Blake. Sounds like a podcast, but it is going to go live with video underneath at the conclusion of this game. Skating in, another chance. Backhander rolls off the stick that time again of Duvall. She's had a series of opportunities. That may not have been Duvall on that attempt. That looked like that was Chloe King. She's working it. They're weaving in the corner, looking behind the net. King again tries to center, hits the skate of the Huskies, and they get a generous bounce. Piper Andrews tries to send it off the board, then recollect it. She loses her edge in the corner. Coming from behind, trying to get control there is Gertis. Gertis at the half wall, gets some space, sends it across. Clough takes it off the board, looking to take a shot, missed it just wide of the mark. Had some traffic in front there with Iceland. All died up there was Larson. Pinch in. Again, just a little bit of a rush and possession there by the Huskies. And I hate to say it, but that's their best pressure was their opening shift.
Yes.
Back in. Now a kick back behind, deflect. And again, it's always feels right now like the Fire are on the puck hunt. Going down, a Fire player. Slow to get back up. That's Maddie Kimbrell. Chasing back behind. Good pressure coming up. Trying to get some momentum going here, and that icing is whistled on the Fire as they need to refuel, and the faceoff will come back in the Huskies' offensive end.
Andover doing a pretty poor job right now defending the weak side of the ice, as we've seen 3 or 4 clean breaks in from the weak side of the ice, and Holy Family seeing it because they're throwing pucks all the way across the rink.
What do they need to do to improve that?
Well, defense off the puck is so important, and knowing like puck watching is always a problem for players. Like, you need to be playing your lanes and your side of the ice to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Another player walking in from Holy Family right down the slot that time.
2-on-1, almost a 3-on-1, and getting the stick and pushing it right back out again is Hills. My goodness. Kicks back out. It says just 15-3 for shots on goal. It's got to be nearing 20. And Hills has turned away everything right on the doorstep. Now, Huskies jump off the bench, skate, get possession, double team, bracketed by defense, and the puck taken away. That didn't take long as Shelby Larson jumped the boards, got on the ice, had the puck for maybe a second. And it was just like piranha attacking food out there.
Yeah, they are. Well, you look up and down the lineup and you see all these points. You got to think they're fighting to get on that score sheet, right? You see numbers even on that third line: 7 goals, 6 goals, those kind of things. Everybody wants to get on that stat sheet.
First line has put together 64 goals this season. Chloe King, Cowan, and Kimbrell. Right now it's a 1-goal lead for the Fire, but some pressure here. Swooping back, it sweeps between the blue liners, and Schreifels move it ahead. Schreifels pinches in a little bit deeper, launches it to the corner. And right now it's a good exchange, good possession, trying to feed back another teammate, and was trying to hit that time the Huskies on a give and go back. Could not. Shot off the mark this time. Does not make it to the net. A quick paced second period already. 10.5 to play. Still 1-0 lead in favor here of this Fire team, who is again second consecutive win in the section finals versus Minnetonka in overtime. That's how they got here. Andrews has to get through her skate. This goes to the side of the mark, finally pouncing on top of it. And I'm not sure if Kayla Swartlaw just did it to get some action or what, but she pounced on that thing like no one's business.
You saw Julia Gertis coming flying in there. We just saw both third lines out there, so both coaches taking an opportunity to get those third lines out, rest their top groups.
This, by the way, the fourth appearance. So I guess may the fourth be with you, as Andover has a 2-1 lead in this series. Last year, the key component is that Fire won 4-0. Let me tell you about that shortly. Shot, save again, point blank opportunity, little toe drag, and turned away once again by Hills. That was a 4-0 win last year in November for the Huskies. But Hills was not the goalie in the record. So coming in, Hills was 1-0 versus this Fire team. And we've got ourselves a call coming here and get it set.
Andover a little impatient here in the neutral zone, kind of leaning forward. That's what's creating some of these breaks. It's like everybody's looking at.
They're coming off the bench and colliding with one another. And it just looked a little bit
out of sorts.
Disheveled, shall we say. Face off in the Huskies' offensive end. To be taken by Tegan Olsen. Not able to hold the zone, gets by. Always dangerous when you got the speed of this Fire squad attacking. Tip in, now here's a chance. Moving in, Tegan Olsen trying to get that puck back, stretch, but could not get there first. Defensively, it's sent back, and that time by Richter. Richter rings it along the board, misses the goal, and will not miss the whistle for ice. Back again for the Huskies in their offensive end. And here's a chance. Schreifel's ready for a faceoff. You can win a draw and let her unleash that beast she calls a slap shot.
They're going to put her in that shooter spot for sure. Try to get a tie up so those wings can't get out to 4. There it is.
LeShare shot, safe, loose puck in front. Good setup.
Another one of those.
Same song, different verse. They'll sign up and line up the same way.
Can't draw it up any better than that, Joe.
Oh, good tip back to her. Wagner on the draw. Again a shot. Whistles that one over the tunnel. A little Top Gun flyby. Another face-off, and hey, you got to try it again.
Holy Family a little sloppy coming out of their end, and that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You can get them to play defense, you know, and get them. Now we've seen 3 or 4 offensive zone face-offs in a row, and this is the kind of thing that Andover needs desperately right now. Some time down here, and she'll roll right back to that first line and skip the third here.
Curtis getting ready to take the draw. Tangled up with Andover and skating out that time. The Fire. And then the Huskies give it up. Rister, save on top of it. Pouncing in, trying to crash the net. Puck is loose, but a whistle came in prior to that collision with Hills. But you're right. Huskies had 2 good looks on those 2 faceoffs. And if you want to take some positivity away, that's the mindset of, hey, we're just a face-off and a good shot on to tie this.
Absolutely.
More pressure again by Fire. They have that top line. Sloppy pass, out, back in. Down low, trying to find the skate. Or the puck that time between the skates of Dorstedt. Tie-up comes here. We got a slashing penalty coming up.
And that penalty was caused by a turnover. Schreifels basically had to take the penalty or would have walked in and been scoring opportunity for Holy Family. And
yeah,
you just can't throw pucks off the end boards into the middle of the ice in the D zone. You just cannot do that. If you don't have anyone open, you've got to eat it into the boards and wait for help.
Yep, that no look was so dangerous, and now you put your probably most explosive offensive player and best defensive player on the bench here for the Huskies. Let's see if the Fire can capitalize. They've had great success on the power play, just like the Huskies have had on the PK this season at 10% proficiency. Trying to lob it, dropping it behind. Out in front, one-timer. No, couldn't get everything on it. Kind of fanned on that shot just above the crease. Not able to clear. Poke checked away by Andover, but still holding the zone. A backhand. Walking in, Rister. That's blocked and deflected by the Huskies in front of the net. Circling back again. I'll look here. Walking in near the dot. Now skating behind the net. Controlling, looking forward and surveying and assessing everything. High slot shot. Misses the net. Trying to recalibrate. and set. Huskies would be happy just to move it beyond the blue line. On the PK. Cross ice. Sends it off. Top of the face-off circle. Now moving in. Shot below the dot. This one whistled off the mark. Missing the opportunity. And plenty of those shots will just go back out to neutral ice. As that did. Chance here. They're moving in. Iceland Larson puts a backhand on goal. She had it for a moment, but at the end of that PK, out of gas.
No gas in order to take those couple steps to break free there. Good job by Andover again, killing off the penalty. You know, and the little piece you got to think about is a team like Andover here, the underdog, keeps hanging around and hanging around. You start to believe as you get later in the game.
Create that confidence, right? And that was the freshman Iceland Larson with a nice play. Take some time off of this penalty. Moving in, poke checked away. Wagner trying to get it back. Lexi digging at it right there. It finds its way behind the net. Dorstedt finds an open pocket and sends it to the far point along the board, sending fire all the way back. 6:50 left here in the second period. We're beyond the midway mark of this game. Carrion near side. Fire trying to set this up. Almost back at full strength, the Huskies. And now coming out of the box, could be some good timing for Streifel. She's dying to get back out there. She is out there. Comes out, Streifel goes right back to the ice surface. They want her on there as soon and as often as they can. She chases in to disrupt at the half wall. Now dumping it to the near corner. Drop back behind, continuing. Now Wagner has it. Lexi, pass. Good as a look. Hard to get it. Shelby Larson. It's underneath one of the players for the Fire, and I think they pass it into the goalie from there. And we get a tie-up. And sure enough, you know what? The minute Streifels hits the ice, it's like they hit the switch.
Yeah, she is a two-way defenseman. Can do a lot of things here. And I think you're right. I think Holy Families, they might have hand passed that back to the goalie for a cover there. Everyone's scrambling on the ground.
Yeah, King had it for a while, and then that's got that stick in there and backhanded it to their goalie here. So 6 minutes left, second period. Huskies down by a goal, 1-0.
Joe Andover's third line out there against Holy Families number ones here.
Tipping point perhaps. Dumping it deep. Now some numbers coming in on the surge. Shot. Oh, locked up inside. The pass came in a little too much and locked up. That time it was a chance to look at that. Oh, come back a little bit later. Back again. The Huskies on the push. They got their first line now back out there. Andrews sweeps it backhand behind the net. Clean out through neutral and up across. Again, getting more and more flow here to the far point, chasing from that far side. The Fire deflects around the goal line, now below the goal line. Behind the play, looked like maybe a Husky player taken down, but they move it just beyond the blue line, does Andover, with 5 to play. Skating in another golden opportunity and another one that just continues to get in that locked up spot. Unable to pull the trigger on a couple of the last wide open shots that time. Cody, that time, just came in tight and locked her up. Trying to jump the pass and it gets behind.
A couple times handcuffed on these 2-on-1s.
Dorstedt trying to chase after this now. Poke check now again. Across the slot. Controlled by Andover on the near board. Streifels not going to have anyone stop her from getting that puck back out beyond the blue line. Another rush coming in. Looks for the quick backhander. Swept behind in this crease here off of the boards.
Oh, no.
Good hold. Good keep that time at the near point. That time by Fire. In front. Winding up. Blast. Fanning on it. See number of fanning attempts and back again. Will come Andover.
Just
Iceland Larson
so
right at the
right
gaskets that just sweeps the backhand and pulls herself to the bench. Under 4 to play in the second period. The Huskies staying with it. And you said it. They're starting to see, hey, how they can get some advantages here as it gets late in the game. Tegan Olsen comes over to disrupt. A puck goes high in the air, pulled back, outlet pass, good reach that time, and a steal on the turnover for Andover. They'll dump to the corner in a sense. Tegan Olsen moved away from the puck. This one will be an ice, and maybe you see Schreifels getting back on that ice for this face-off with 3:28. You were saying no.
I don't like throwing pucks in the middle of the ice. I'd rather, unless it's a clear shot on goal, let's circle that back down. Let's cycle that puck. Let's keep it down there. Let's possess down low. Let's make Holy Family chase defensively. Instead, we throw a puck out in the middle of the ice. Incomplete pass. The puck ends up coming out. Now Holy Family threw it down for an icing there, kind of saved the day. But I just like to see them work those corners a little bit, try to get Holy Family worn out down there, and see if they can get some sustained zone time.
Face-off comes, 3:28 to go. In the Huskies' offensive end, they win it. Far point. The shot easily handled there. A shot that time. That came from Lena Fensky. She's got 2 goals, 11 assists on the season. And the Huskies will get the same song, different verse on this face-off. They cannot win this one. Ring along the boards. Now Holding. Good job that time by Clough. She puts a shot on them. First a good keep and then a good shot. Back in and back out again. Working it back there, and Clough comes up to challenge this shot. A wrister, a rising wrister over the top as Clough came up. Thought maybe she was going to screen her goalie, but that one whistled over the top of the crossbar. And you got to start wondering, what can the Fire do? In terms, they've had numerous opportunities, haven't hit the net on a series of those, or the passes have been so far in, they've locked up their forwards. There's a wrister on goal, save, heading to the bench for a complete line change are the Huskies. 2:20 left, second period, still a 1-0 lead for the Fire. Holy Family, the number 3 seed.
Deep. That puck's got to be deep there, Joe. Got to be deep.
Sending in now, getting a look. Wrister deflect, getting a stick down in front. Nice defensive play to disrupt that puck. Now comes back Andrews the other way. Andrews stick working, gonna get a good look here. Puts the shot on and a save, turned away by Swadart. One of the better looks that Andover has had. And the save there next to the face-off shot there off the win by Schreifels. Back again. Huskies try to exhale, but then put it right on the stick. Skating in the Fire, they send a wrister down low. 90 seconds left in this second period. It remains a 1-0 lead for the Fire. They throw it to the corner. Schreifels goes down, battling. She's handling there with Kimbrell. Sent to the corner, stopping, reversing. That's Sanders, the captain of this team. Stopping the puck just in front of the crease and sending it length of the ice right on goal. So no icing whistle.
Fast change.
Quick pace here, trying to catch the Huskies on a change. Moving in, sweeps the backhand and another pad save. Coming into the force was Addie Cohen. Colin this season, 12 goals, 25 assists. 50 seconds left, and right now Fire is heating up, no pun intended, but they are starting to draw in and kind of Andover playing to their hand. They did so well to play the majority of the second period so well, but when they get tired, they kind of play into the hand of the strength here of Fire.
Just seeing a lot of minutes out of the top 2 groups from Andover trying to stay with Holy Family right now. And, right now it's all about getting out of this period with this 1-goal deficit. You can almost kind of feel that's what Andover's goal is right now, is just to get out of here down 1-0.
Heading to the corner, pick up that loose change. Larson, Shelby. And they give it up, and it's inside the blue line. They just giving them easy chances there through the crease. Controlled. Now Huskies slap it off the board and send it through the neutral zone. 22 seconds left. Almost a pass given up to Shelby Larson. Good hustle to try to push that turnover into the corner. Huskies get a quick change here. I saw a bracketing 2-on-1 opportunity that time for the Stars to try to strip the young defender there for the Huskies. And we're going to get a penalty whistle and a hold. As a result of that bracketed, you could see him come in over to try to pair up, that time against Fensky. A couple of them coming over, one trying to strip, one trying to delay. And that's good for the Huskies when you get their leading scorer, Kimbrell, on the bench.
I feel like Holy Family's feeling a little frustration right now. They've had so many opportunities, they're not able to put them away, and now they're pressing a little bit, and they drag down Fensky in the neutral zone there. And not anything that Coach Keppel wanted to see here at the end of the period is Andover's going to get to start the third with the one-player advantage.
Trifles was trying to get that puck loose so she could get a quick wrister off. Could not. Time expires, and holy cow, it's still 1-0 in favor of the Fire of Holy Family against the Andover Huskies in this, the final quarterfinal matchup here of the day from the Grand Casino Arena in downtown St. Paul. This is the 2026 State High School Girls Tournament. More hockey coming your way in the third period in a moment.
Greetings, dear viewers. On this episode of Game Sharks, Corey and I are back in 2026 to talk about all the games that are coming up supposedly this year. Yep, Corey and I are talking about our top 5, the games we're most excited about, all the cautious optimism that we have. We're just excited to share it with you. So tune into this next episode.
Ice rink at Andover Community Center will soon be switching over to turf. But before that transition happens, there's a special night rolling in. You'll be trading ice skates for roller skates. During the short transition between ice and turf, the rink is turning retro. The Retro Rockin' Roller Skating event is happening Thursday, March 5th. From 5:30 to 8 p.m. Bring your own roller skates or roller blades and enjoy a fun night inside the rink, complete with live DJ, games, and chances to win prizes.
I mean, we started it to kind of broaden our reach to the community. We like to open our doors to everybody that we can in the community and provide things for more users than just the general hockey, pickleball type stuff. So
it's a great opportunity to roll indoors. No mud, no puddles, just smooth skating and good vibes.
it's just a good opportunity to get some people inside during the wet, nasty spring months where you want to be rollerblading through puddles or over ice patches. So yeah.
So dress in your best retro gear, jean jackets, bright colors, helmets, and knee pads encouraged. Skating is limited inside the rink during the event only. It's just $10 per person, all ages, family friendly. And with no school the next day, it's a perfect night to roll into some family fun. The ice might still be there now. Zamboni and all. But for one night only, the rink goes retro.
Doing pretty good. We're 13-2. It's pretty good. Like a real big test go is Francisco Waters really good and up river. The big wins are other than that, never really have a set thing. We always script things and hardly ever go by the script. Make modifications. But typically this time of year we do less technique practices and we're usually more short and intense and closer to technique. We may hit on a few small changes or things that we see that's kind of a problem in a duel or something like that. Get in and get out. That's when it comes to mind. It happened real early. We had one of our wrestlers, Elijah Benton, sophomore. Last year came out for the first year and didn't win much. And we were at the St. Michael tournament and he got his first win. And just to see that smile coming off is pretty good, gratifying. You know, wrestling is not the funnest sport sometimes, but it's probably the most rewarding. That's one of those things that you can point exactly to. And what I'm saying is if you see the smile of that person come off, you know exactly what it's really a different animal when you're talking about team sections and individual sections. Team sections is planning and you're doing all these what ifs and trying to figure out matchups. It seems like you have a lot more control than you really don't. But it seems like there's a lot more planning not hosting. And then individuals, it is what it is. You play in and then you just coach. You know, there's not a ton of planning after that. And trying to put the best team together. You know, we're allowed a roster of 20 for a team, so to figure out what's the best for that is can be a little challenging too. So I would say a lot more planning and things around the team. What my vision is win or lose, we go out there, wrestle for our best of our ability, fight for 6 months, all of them out there, get up, shake hands, and walk out. Celebrate with their team, be more of that we instead of me aspect. That's what we've been harping on, and hopefully that can go fast.
Thursday, February 5th, Anoka opened the doors to the first municipal cannabis dispensary in the state. A monumental moment for the city as they become industry leaders in the space by paving a path forward for other municipalities. Fully owned and operated by the city of Anoka, all profits will be reinvested back into the community. Additionally, the Anoka Cannabis Company opened running on 88% solar-powered energy. City Council member Heather Rothstead commented on this success during the ribbon cutting as it did not use any taxpayer dollars to do so.
Grants from the Department of Energy and federal tax credits help make that possible, showing an innovation and fiscal responsibility can go hand in hand. This project also reflects our values, features native grasses, pollinator gardens when we can, bike-friendly access, and it is the first female-managed municipal cannabis dispensary in the state.
Members of the City Council spoke during the ribbon cutting, including Mayor Skokwist, who discussed the city's goals and inspiration in pursuing this groundbreaking venture.
Our residents want safe, vibrant, and well-maintained communities while keeping taxes as low as practical. The Anoka Cannabis Company allows the city of Anoka to do just that. We aim to safely control the sale of a regulated substance, set a high bar for others to follow, and use profits to lessen taxpayer burdens while further investing in our community. And while Minnesota legalization has prioritized social equity ownership, all too often, wealthy out-of-state corporations move in and extract maximum profits from communities. And I'm hopeful that's not going to happen in Minnesota. But the Anoka model ensures that the benefits of legalization directly improve the quality of life for all the people who live right here.
And starting this week, the Anoka Cannabis Company is beginning their standard walk-in operations. So whether you are brand new to the space or not, the management team is here to fully educate and inform all customers. And you can check out all current selections at AnokaCannabisCompany.com.
Okay, everybody, we are live in 2 minutes. Bring up the slate. Cameras, let me know when we're halfway through the intro, and we will roll.
The crew here at QCTV is dedicated to bringing you quality programming all year round. We couldn't be more proud of the activities that we cover and the employees that bring it to you.
I'm Ryan Mush-Pierce, and I am your production manager for QCTV. And I say I'm your production manager because we are here to serve our communities. Over the years, I've watched these kids grow up through the high schools. I've watched the communities grow. I've watched the businesses grow. And to be part of all that, it just means everything. All right, thank you, everybody. We're gonna fade to black, and I need an opening shot in camera 2. Fade to black in 3, 2, 1. Fade it. Bring up opener graphic. Bring up announcers. All right, guys, we're in it. Good job, good job, good intro. How long?
20 seconds.
And we're out. Back to camera 1. All right, I need another close-up, maybe 3. Ready, 3. Ready, fan cam. And go fan cam. One of the best parts of the job is covering the parades and the sports and all the events, broadcasting that out to the world, and then seeing a message from Grandma and Grandpa living down in Arizona saying, hey, QCTV, thanks for broadcasting this event so I can watch Johnny or Susie play their favorite sport. I always love those moments. It really makes the job worth it.
The primary role of our full-time producers is to deliver timely and engaging video content in the communities we serve. Our mission is to provide consistent, cutting-edge video content that keeps residents informed about what's happening in their own backyard. In addition, QCTV creates more than 200 social media videos annually, along with vertical short-form content, live stream events, and regular government meeting coverage.
You'll see the QCTV truck and the crew always out there hard at work getting these events covered. We'll be battling the snow, we'll be battling the sun, all the elements, just to bring you the coverage.
I've been with QCTV for 17 years, and I continue to look forward to coming to work every single day. Each day brings new challenges and creative opportunities. Our team is made up of exceptionally talented producers, and I'm constantly inspired by the collaboration and passion they bring to their work. Over the years, I've seen our videos make a meaningful difference in the community, and that feeling never gets old.
Of course, none of this would be possible without you, our viewers. We sincerely appreciate you tuning in to see all the different programs we offer.
Chamber of Commerce inviting you to watch the January edition of the Chamber
today
Report
we're talking,
right here
of
on
course, about video
QCTV.
games,
We are
and
going to wrap up.
Welcome to QCTV's Live and Local, the Andover edition, and we are here at the warming house.
Takes in and will roll on a play, and the Huskies are going to take home a quarterfinal. Absolutely. Tournament win.
Couple little ones I try to help out if I have.
Now giving out over $1.5 billion.
To honor and honor to walk, we post almost.
Again, we are committed to all the different stories, and it's your QCTV crew that brings it to you. Thank you.
This team, we have a lot of returners. We only have 2 new athletes. And so it's been easier in the sense that they know what is expected of them, and we haven't had to do a lot of new teaching of strokes and technique and things like that this year.
I think focusing on when you speak groups, because it's not necessarily about the outcome, but more so about the process and the effort put into it.
Honestly, just waking up and coming here for me, I mean, I don't always want to, especially since it's a cold season out there, but just waking up and getting here is really hard, but once you're in the water and you're warmed up, it's really hard to get out, I'd say.
The most challenging is like getting out of your head. It's like it's really easy to get out of your head like before a race. Like you just have to tell yourself that you can do it instead of you can't do it.
I think one of the biggest things for me is just try to stick with the people around you and build each other up and then build you up at the same time. Just to stay positive and not let the team around you down. We always have goals.
Could have been somewhere where it got out of hand for Andover, but what they did was sustain all that Holy Family pressure and were able to apply some themselves. And now here we are, third period, 1-goal game. You've got an experienced goaltender, one of the better defensemen around. You got to feel pretty good about your chances here if you're Andover.
Hey, and a couple of good statistics as well, easy for me to say, is that Andover is winning the face-off battle 22-16.
That's big right now.
And that's been huge. And then on top of it, you've had a team here, shots on goal, now starting this third, 18-9 in favor of Holy Family. But it's the shots that have been taken. 38 shots have been taken by Holy Family, and only 18 of those have hit the net. But, you know, each one of those have been some outstanding saves by Hills. Coming in now, Gertis sets the table just above the crease, walking in that time as the Huskies turn the table. They wave off the ice.
Joe, a little adjustment I see right away on this first shift. Piper Andrews is back playing defense again with Taylor Streifels. And they've got Peyton Haley up on the first line with Gertis and Larson.
Good setup. Let's see how that transpires. Good pickup, Blake here. They move it on back. Again, Piper Andrews spent the last couple of years on the blue line, very experienced, and can handle the puck as well. She's in open ice. Carries it in, gains the line, now moving. And a wrister here, top shelf, and already, you said, from that puck drop here to start this third period, and then skating coast to coast to deliver a high rising wrister that time was Piper.
Very comfortable with the puck, strong on the puck. Breaks down the middle there. Now we got to get some of those shots down a little lower and get some other players to the front of the net for Andover.
Face off in the Huskies offensive end. Gertis controls top of the face-off circle. Another good shot right to the midsection, looking for a rebound. Skating in as Gertis comes over. And somebody takes a little flop for the Fire there. Nothing called. Face-off comes again.
Couldn't have drawn up a start to the second period any better than what you're getting here.
Yeah, in this third period there, but
third period.
Off the face-off is into the corner. You see Streifels trying to get some separation. Gets it back. Piper Andrews, this wrister, ate her up. She couldn't get it locked her back in. This line is really getting some juice going. Gertis had it, puts the shot, extends the pad, and a save, kicked out all the way. Now at center ice, 2-on-1 opportunity. Skating across, shot, backhand, save. Oh my, turned away. Time and time again, they forge into the Fire. And turned away again by Hills. Moving it back, skating in, gaining the line, and whistled for the offside. But I'll tell you, you can feel that mojo on the side of the Huskies here as we start this third period.
Yeah, just another game now, right?
Oh.
Get to that third period and you feel like, hey, we've sustained, we've taken some of their best shots. We're in this game and I wonder what we're doing with these lines right now, though. I'm a little concerned about. Are we going to go to 2 lines? Is that the game plan here?
Wagner has it. Lexi.
Was there an injury possibly that led to Piper Andrews having to go back there?
Lexi picks it in. Now has a good look at a shot to slot to save, and no rebound and tied up. And Swartout has had more action here to start this third period than she had seen almost in those first 2 periods combined. Skating, getting in, they're winning those faceoffs, and they're getting the separation they hadn't been getting in those first 2 periods.
Absolutely.
Even on those 1v1 battles. Trying to hold the zone. Good job to hold. Good keep that time by the Huskies. Battling it out, Larson, but it's backhanded out. And then we'll skate the Fire. Top of the faceoff circle. That's blocked. That's an area too. The Huskies had blocked 9 shots compared to 1 for the Fire in the first 2 periods. Out in front through the seam. This one goes length of the ice. They obviously wave off ice there. Back to retrieve the puck and refuel. And that is Sander. Sander continues to try, and you've got to look and see here the Huskies and that strategy. Iceland Larson, cross ice, bounces off the stick that time of the Huskies. They try to get it back. That time it was Piper Andrew cutting it. She looks like she's back up to a forward. Into the corner, kicking it back. Streifels goes in, but over skates. Tied up. Near side, Piper Andrews going to try to chip it by. The star forward. It's directed back down to the corner. Andrews again to the far corner. And getting there first is Dorstead. Moving it up. Center ice here. A heavy senior team for this Fire squad, and looking to see what they can do to extend a 1-0 lead, but it's got to be tough. They had their chances. Now moving over. A good look on the pass. Thought maybe she might have had that pass or an opening a little earlier, waited too long. And that shut down defensively. Gertis heads to a quick line change, but they need to do these line changes maybe a little quicker. The Huskies, as they're giving the Fire some unneeded extra time. Fire this one through the neutral zone. Race to the puck ensues. They wave off the ice. Haley was back in there again. They switched up a bit of the lines. Had Andover on those first couple of shifts. Let's see if they're back to what they had started. Clough will get there first in the corner. Ring it along the board, half up, and now a carry out. Fensky puts it there on the stick of Haley. Haley moves in short side, charges after the little bit of a rebound, and cannot get to it. You could see that puck was loose even from way up here. But Haley came in, went short side, tried to pin that between the post and the pad, and then crashed the net.
Might even had Olivia Larson on the back door there, which yes. I think the concern from Swartout was that player Larson was coming down the weak side there. Made her sink into the net a little bit, made that shot a little bit more scary for her.
Back again in front, trying to short side again, covered up. And I've got to make sure I get on something recorded on maybe what Coach Melissa Volk had to say during that second intermission. 269 wins in her career, but this is a challenge, and she's doing a great job. But the strategy, also what they came out with was
the rope-a-dope, right?
It was. Off the face-off, Streifels soars ones over the top, sizzling one for our point. They're held, and now a chance. Coming in, a look here, shot, save, and to no avail. No one's going to beat her one-on-one. The only goal that's beat her was probably a deflection in that first period.
Don't press so much offensively that you give up that where the game could get out of reach on you. That opportunity there, you're lucky that Eddie Cowan doesn't sink that one and kind of sink all your momentum, because right now you're the aggressor and you're controlling the play right now. You don't want to give one up here.
109 points in her career, and stymied right on the doorstep again by Hills. Back through again, and Hills says, I have at least 6 quality stops. I mean, point-blank opportunities. Knocked to the ice. Huskies, they get quickly right back up again. Gertis cannot control. A skate in here. A couple of the players get into one another. They can't call that. Andrews, that was two of the...
They were all tied up on each other.
Ah, wow.
I don't like that call at all.
It was almost like the fire players had kind of ping-ponged off of one another. And a bumper car there.
I don't think that okay.
In my eyes, warrants a penalty. It does not. But a third power play opportunity of the night. Here for the 24-3 Fire from Holy Family. They have a 1-0 lead. The Huskies have the puck and send it length of the ice.
Andover kills penalties really well, Joe, as we've talked about. So 90% on the year.
Absolutely. Schreifels will come over. Oh, that's going to be Dorstead. Dorstead, nice poke check away. Brings it quickly off the board. Good job there, and not able to get to that far point to hold the zone that time. Was Holy Family. Good pickpocket that time by Dorstead. Third period. Open ice right here. Getting behind. Moving around the dot. Skating in. Shot is saved and stonewalled again by Hills.
She's been outstanding. Outstanding. So solid. No rebound on something like that, too, as well.
Just absorbs it.
Yep.
Nothing to be had for second efforts. Some thrillers also here just before this game. Centennial pulled out a game winner. The final was a 2-goal separation for Centennial over Farmington. And they advance. That's who the winner of this game will play next. That happens tomorrow night here at the Grand Casino Arena. Time left on that power play, 55 seconds.
Their penalty kill, they activate right away, and they take away time and space. It makes the power play unit feel so uncomfortable. You're used to people playing it a little softer, but they activate right away closest to the puck, and they take away your time and space, and it's tough to get it going on the power play against Andover. That's why they're so good.
Poke checked in, but this goes all the way to the corner. 25 seconds left, controlling in the corner. Tried to send it up, rolls off the stick, still has it. Now Huskies have it. They take it for a couple of strides and then take it for a ride behind the Fire goal. Good pressure by Fensky following in. 10 seconds left on the power play. Poke checked at the blue line just as they come in. They get it right back. Poke checked away again by the Huskies, and this will kill the penalty. 3 for 3 on penalty kills this evening for Andover, and still a 1-goal lead with 9.5 to play in this third period. This one will curl across the line, and we get ourselves a face-off in the Huskies' offensive end, and let's see if they try to line up Schreifels for a win on a face-off and a slap shot.
I don't even know if Melissa Volk even gets really concerned when they go on the penalty kill. They're so good at that.
They have been solid. Schreifels is out near side. They get it back to Schreifels. She couldn't wind up for that shot, but now try to feed it ahead. Holding the zone inside the blue line. A wrister. Hits behind. More pressure. The Huskies forechecking well, putting some pressure, circling into the corner. Haley there, had it momentarily, back out. Now kicking it, holding the zone, risking it along. Into behind the net there, controlled momentarily by Olivia Larson. Schreifels comes over to help out, picks the puck up, puts the wrister, but it hits the skate. Follow-up shot there by Haley. That's short, and the Huskies again try to hold, and this one's going to go wide. They're going to not wave the ice. Back in, Huskies. Long pass, connect, and this an exchange of goalie passes back and forth here. 8.5 to play. We are in the midway mark, just beyond of this third period. Pressure coming in. Wrister scoring! Oh, the narrowest of angles. And lighting the lamp is DeFoul. Allie DeFoul with her 15th goal of the season. That one was a laser.
I'm sure Claire Hills would like to have that one back. That's not one that she gives up. Poor angle shot. And you can see why Allie Defoe, sophomore with 15 goals on the season, is such a threat. How much firepower Holy Family has with her on the second line. Wow, what a shot.
That looked like it came short side, just
Big
over
time.
the shoulder. Stick side shoulder. Breaking in on the attack again. Going to freeze the puck this time. Will be Hills. Down now by 2. 8:19 to play here in this third period, but
it feels like 5.
It does. That was a tough goal to surrender for Allie DeVal. That is her 31st career goal. And the face-off. Back in the Fire offensive end. Control between. That's Kimbrell. Andover still just a goal away now from cutting this deficit in half. They've certainly been circling. Got to get back to that flow that they had going early here. Schreifels is now skating in. Auguster here tries to go 5-hole. I think she lost sight of it that time. Did Swartout, but now she locks it up.
She got it off the right leg pad and was able to sit on it. But it was loose, you're right. Schreifels had gone high a few times here on Swartout and decided I'm gonna go 5-hole, see if I could trick her. She's so strong on her skates.
Inside with that, just missing. So a good look. Plays off control. Trying to strip on this move here. Getting to the puck first. They wave on the ice. Turning, firing, shot. Stick to side by Hills. 25 shots on goal now in favor of Holy Family. 16 for Andover. And Andover kind of came out in that third period and crossed up this Holy Family team. Had some chances early.
It was all Andover for the first 5-6 minutes of that. And then, you know, that's how dangerous Holy Family is, though, with all these weapons. It's like how quickly they can turn that back on you.
What a snipe on that goal by DeVal.
That's a big-time goal. That's a goal scorer's goal there.
Poking it in front, deflects in front again, loose puck just behind Fensky. Now coming back to pick it up Andover. I think that was Tegan Olsen. Another shot. Getting the buzz back on here quickly. Holy Family as they get a look. Kicking in. Now looking. Penalty coming up. And finally they whistle that up.
Oh.
I don't know what took that so long.
Well,
it was.
Fensky put a couple Holy Family players down pretty hard there, and and I think Holy Family ended up taking exception to that.
There we go. Look at see. Yep, they dumped her.
But I mean, there were a couple. You can see Coach Keppel over on the bench over there, not happy right now as his players were getting dumped left and right down near the net.
In his ninth season for Keppel, 170 wins, 50 losses, 9 ties. Chance, big chance. Andrews is back in on D. At least at the near point on this faceoff. There's shot and the power play opportunity. Schreifels shot hits. She'll pinch right back in. Oh, went down low to try to hold that thing from getting back out. Skating in, nice little toe drag. Siding in, shot, pad, save on a short-handed attempt. Skating in and putting on a little hockey skills display that time was Holy Family. But a nice, beautiful pad save by Hills.
Maddie Kimbrell showing all that talent, chipping it off the boards and on the penalty kill, and then the toe drag to the middle of the ice, and only the fact that she had to face Claire Hills, and Claire Hills was ready for that challenge.
Yeah, she's headed to Wisconsin next season to take her skills there.
Oh.
Ouch.
The worker.
That is.
She had just blocked a shot prior to that as well.
Oh, yes. Draws the moans of a few players. Addie Cowan, also for the Stars. She's heading to Dartmouth next year, followed by Chloe King. Everyone on that first line. She's heading to Franklin Pierce. And of course, Startwood Swartout is on her way to Wisconsin next year as well. Meanwhile, Sander, we haven't heard from a whole lot tonight, but she's a solid D with a career 45 goals, is heading to the University of Minnesota. Play for the Gophers, rolling off the stick here. Andover trying to get it going here. Working it up across. Sent in, now recircling again. Working it up ice, trying to get a pass behind, and that time Fensky sent it in the direction of the player coming in. Another situation here, breaking odd numbers. Good block up front, save. Another block in front, try to send it right back out. And the Huskies really trying to get something going here. They must. No option. Schreifels is going to try to power her way in. That was, I guess, Piper Andrews trying to seal off the defender. It rolled off of her stick. 4-on-4 continues here. Trying to set it in front, now trying to tee up a shot. Giving it going back to Iceland Larson. Larson had the player there, puts the shot on. Now chasing in, shot save, rebound comes off the chest. And making a dive to the ice to make that save is Swartout.
We talked a lot about Claire Hills tonight, but Kayla Swartout's been really solid as well for Holy Family, as Andover's kind of cranked up the offense a little bit here in the late in the second and into the third period.
Yeah, they start to pepper some good shots and face off. Schreifels has that. Good job to hold the zone, but then puts it right on the stick of Holy Family, and they send it through the neutral zone. What looked like was going to be a penalty ends up being a penalty on each squad, and they're currently skating out a 4-on-4. And the chance on the doorstep. Iceland with a shot turned away, point blank opportunity. The best probably opportunity tonight for the Huskies, and Larson turned away. Skating, turning, circling. Huskies again try to break it up, but holding the zone, moving it in. Holy Family, a shot, the kick save that goes into the netting. And his face-off will come right back into the Huskies' end of the ice. 4:09 remaining.
Iceland Larson was such a great opportunity. It just felt like that one had to go for Andover. And what a feeling it would have been to break the seal here and get one into the back.
And just like that, you're within one goal. You pull the goalie or what have you.
Such a tough task.
It is. Let's see what they have left. Let's see what the Huskies have remaining here tonight. 9th straight trip to the state tournament. 9 straight Section 7 AA titles, and they bring it in offside. Face-off will come just outside the blue line. The blue line for the Fire. 2nd straight trip to the state tournament here for the Stars. They advanced to the semifinals last year, only to take a loss to Edina, 1-0. Bringing it in deep here. Clough gets there first, rings it along the board. Couple of the Husky players collide. They gives the puck right there. A good look on a shot that time by Nonweller, who's been held scoreless thus far after scoring 6 goals in section play the last 2 games. Cross ice, beautiful pass. Just hops the stick that time at Tegan Olsen. The Huskies need to get on the puck hunt and in a hurry. Trying to scrap at it and hold the zone. Drop back up. Fensky had it momentarily. Now directed back onto the stick and right into the skates of a Holy Family player. Under 3 to play. 3rd period. Huskies trail by 2. The winner go on to take on Centennial Spring Lake Park, the number 2 seed, tomorrow evening. Arister just inside the blue line and a goal. Traffic in front. And they got the tip, I believe, to beat Hills.
These last 2 shifts, I could see Andover is exhausted. That's just kind of where it's come to. Everything they had, they fired the bullets early in the 3rd here, and now you can just see Holy Family's just got the depth and they get a puck to the front of the net. And it's just exhausted, not able to move that player away. And that's where you get that third goal, and that'll probably be the one. Andover take a timeout here.
Needs the timeout, 3-0. And I'll tell you, the Huskies this year have had to claw and scrap for every goal. The team that is used to scoring at least 125 to 140 goals a season this year, they just scored 84. That meant they had to hold their opponents even to less than that. In fact, 51 coming into tonight. But they'll get at it here, and that goal, I was going to see, was it tipped?
Either way, the traffic is what definitely led to that goal.
Yes.
Claire Hills she sees that one clear. I'm pretty confident. I'd put a couple bucks that she makes that save.
Hey.
So good. Both goalies have been great tonight.
Yeah, those shots on have really starting to take a toll. Again, you're looking at 27 shots on goal. But it's been more than 27 shots when you think of just after the second period. 38 shots. And as a goalie, you're getting ready to respond when you see a shot and getting in position. And after a while, it just takes its toll.
Well, she's had to be super active as there's been a ton of odd man rushes coming her way as well. We talked about all the kind of tough passes. Holy Family not super clean on those 2-on-1s and 3-on-1s. But still, that's a play Claire Hills has got to make. You know, she's got to adjust to that every time.
Tayden Elvin picked up that goal. Assisted by Lank. And 3-0 lead. And yeah, you're looking at the shots at 28. It's on here, 28. But
little gamesmanship by Melissa Volk. She had the goalie leave the stick in the crease when they pulled the goalie.
Interesting.
That is, I've never seen that before.
A little pushing and shoving here after, and that is an interesting shot.
I love it. Coach Keppel is down there irate. Now they'll make her pick it up here at this point as there's a stoppage. But she'll go right back in there, probably put it down again.
Yep.
They're might have to look at that rule.
Yes.
Oh, I dropped my stick. I mean, what do you do?
2:11 is what's left in this third period. And they put up a crooked number. That is Holy Family. And now a crooked number of 2 goals here in this third period. And now have a 3-0 lead. 55 shots have been taken. Coming out of the box here. Here's a shot that goes, and empty netter, dagger. They win the faceoff. They shoot it from their own zone, and that was Sander. Snipes that one. A low sizzle, and for Sanders, she now with 10 goals on the season and 46 in her career. And future Minnesota Golden Gopher. And this is just, the fatigue and all of it, as you mentioned, Blake, just all coming to a head here. As the Huskies trailed by just 1 goal and came out with a fury and some pressure to start this third period. Whistled there on the offside.
As expected, you know Andover is going to come out with the effort tonight. They've got great leadership on the bench over there, and Coach Volk's not going to allow a team not to play with effort, and they did tonight. They brought everything they had. It just seemed like they kind of ran out of gas here in the third. And
Huskies 17-10-1 coming into this game, and Holy Family 24-3. The series between these two teams evened up at 2 apiece. 4-0 lead here with 90 seconds left in the third. And at this point, shot coming in. Larson takes the shot, just couldn't release it. Big time blast skating in with Clough. Off the shot, deflects, goes back, unable to hold the zone, and staying in goal is Hills. Claire Hills, an amazing career for her. In the season, she ends up with a career record 50 wins, although, and 25 losses, 4 ties, and 22 shutouts in her career. And she has a career goals against of 1.56.
Wow. Nothing to shake the stick at there, huh?
Interesting to where she surfaces college-wise next season. For Hills, outstanding season. Of course, Piper Andrews as well. An outstanding career too here with the Huskies. They started her on that blue line, as you mentioned, Blake, to start that third period. Switched it up, and she was kind of hitting that gear, hitting the switch. Now Schreifels comes in with the shot. The rebound, Kerms to the far corner. Clough tangled up. Huskies cannot hold the zone. 35 seconds left. Circling back, sending it in. Poking at it, trying to get it loose there, and that's Mackenzie Evans getting some ice time in the state tournament. Back, ready on the blue line. Skating up, comes up, deflects the shot. Glove save is made, and that will be shot on goal number 30 on the night versus 20 now for the Huskies. And as you look at total shots, 56 shots taken, 30 on goal for the Fire. Meanwhile, 33 shots for Andover and 20 on goal. Face-offs on the night. The Huskies win that battle 39-24. But kind of a dubious honor at this point, as the Huskies will play tomorrow, and they will play at 3 p.m. at Tree Up, and they'll take on Farmington.
And Holy Family will move on and play a familiar foe in Centennial Spring Lake Park that they split the season with. 2-0 victory earlier in the year, and then a 3-2 overtime loss on January 17th.
It's a win
that's
tonight.
going to be a barn burner.
Gosh, that will. And hey, still one game intact here for the Huskies. They'll probably a chance to contend for the consolation role as well. But it's a 4-0 win for the Holy Family Fire. 1-0 after one, and then they put up a crooked number, 3 goals in the third period. Any last thoughts, Blake?
Well, I just think, Andover really came with whatever they had, goaltending and all the things, the game plan they needed to be able to stay in this game, and just ran out of gas late. Holy Family, you could see, got frustrated midway through the second, stayed with it. Third period, their firepower took care of it for them. They ended up getting 3 more here late, and they put it away and move on to tomorrow night.
Hey, again, the Huskies will play tomorrow. That'll be at 3 p.m. over at Tria, if you want to catch that, as they take on Farmington, as they contend for that consolation. But a loss tonight for the Huskies. A score of 4-0 in this, the quarterfinals of the 2026 Girls State High School Hockey Tournament, coming to you from Grand Casino Arena. I'm Joe Rulin. Hey, along with Blake Sorm. Blake, thanks for joining us. Great job.
Thank you, Joe. Great.
Hey, thanks for joining us here on QCTV. Have yourself a major league evening at a minor league price.